Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your January 2019 overview. Happy New Year. All right, I've been excited about this month for a while as we've gone through the fall and the end of 2018. We've been clearing the retrograde cycles of both Mercury and Venus. I'm happy to report as the new year begins, we are clear of this retrograde energy, which was great for finishing what we started, but not so great for initiating new projects. So we're in a good position for our New Year's resolutions. We've got the first new moon of the month on the 5th of January, and it's a high-powered solar eclipse. This couldn't be a better setup for setting resolutions. So don't set your New Year's resolutions on the 1st. Wait until the 5th. And this is going to be a time to set intentions, not just for the next moon cycle, but at least 6 months out. It's a long eclipse cycle where you can put forward the ideas that you want to manifest slowly over time. This is a Capricorn solar eclipse, which really emphasizes long-term planning. It's about career for sure, public image, and definitely business or finance related goals. Anything that requires you to put in steady effort over time. There's not going to be any overnight solutions related to this new moon. Think about putting in hard work and being fairly rewarded for that. So that's what we have to look forward. And there's so much astrological support for new beginnings. We have the planet Mars, which is the planet of initiation, as well as passion and ambition. And it's in the sign of Aries this month. It rules Aries. Aries is a sign that also loves to get things started and has a high level of motivation. This is really going to help us if we want to get new physical regimens off the ground. So usually at the beginning of the year, a lot of people are trying to get back into exercise. Use this energy. It's very powerful. It's going to be like a cosmic kick in the butt, and we may want to pick up any ideas we've been procrastinating and just run with them while we have this forward momentum. The other very motivating energy available to us is Uranus. It's in the sign of Aries, and as luck would have it, the day after this new moon eclipse, it will station direct. So that will add more power for us to follow our individual dreams. We could feel really sparked with inspiration. While Uranus was retrograde the past few months, we probably had the inspiration, but maybe felt a bit of frustration about how to manifest this in the outer world. Now we're ready to bring our ideas to others and take action. In March, Uranus will change signs into Taurus. It's going to be a very different energy. It's definitely still all about shaking things up and doing things differently, but we could be focusing more on our resources and finances, whereas now we're finishing up this 7.5-year journey of Uranus in Aries that is really highlighting our individuality and personal freedom. So I encourage you to take more of the bold moves in the early part of the year, because later I think it will feel a little slowed down and a little less support for taking risks, so to speak. So Jupiter and Neptune are going to be in a pretty tense aspect this month. They're in a square. Both of these planets are expressing in very spiritual signs. So this can cause tension between our inner ideologies and the of others. We have to be mindful about how we communicate about our beliefs. And you could be drawn to study a philosophy or a belief, and we're more susceptible to get swept away by a teacher or guru and sort of operate on blind faith. And really good teachers want all their students to think for themselves. So I would avoid getting carried away with any new educational program or spiritual program that wants you to follow only what they say without considering how it feels to you. We're just a little more susceptible to that type of thing right now. But a benefit of this aspect is that people from different faiths and walks of life may find a common ground. We've got Saturn making a favorable sextile to Neptune, bringing in this practical element. So there will be the ability for people of different faiths to come together and really help others in practical ways. Those in need leave their the details of what they believe spiritually aside with the common goal of helping mankind. The month will close out kind of dramatically. There's a Leo lunar eclipse on the 21st of January. We had a Leo lunar eclipse at the beginning of 2018. This can be the culmination of some of the things that developed a year ago. The areas of life being affected for people are romance, creativity, relationship with children, or even your inner child. It's really a time to listen to your heart. The full moons usually bring up emotions, but when it's a full moon eclipse, it's very intense, and even people who are usually pretty even-keeled can find themselves feeling a little bit out of sorts. In the sign of Leo, it brings this element of drama. If you find yourself or others starting to overreact, just take a step back. You are meant to be activated and notice things that need to be changed in your life, but you don't need to turn it into a big drama. And a few days after the lunar eclipse has passed, the energy will settle down, and that will be the ideal time to initiate important discussions with loved ones. So keep that in mind when you know these high energy periods are coming up. It's a lot easier to take things with a grain of salt. I hope you have a wonderful January. I hope if you haven't subscribed to janspiller.com that you consider a subscription. We've got excellent content that I prepare. I worked on your sun sign predictions for all of 2019. That's just one of the subscriber features. You also get your video horoscope every month and plenty of heads up about these retrogrades, eclipses, and other astrological phenomenon, so you know the best way to work with the available energies. And all proceeds go to help keep Jan Spiller's legacy going in the form of her website. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month with your overview.